provided an outlook, I would say that based on the first month of the year, at least, January, we saw a return to organic growth that coupled with usual seasonal growth in Q1 and product initiatives, growth product initiatives, lead us to conclude that our outlook for Q1 is back to that trend that we saw in the first 3 quarters of last year.
What do you think happened there in the interim, where user growth became obviously, I imagine, a concern for the company, but certainly a concern for Wall Street?
Well, I think that in Q4 we mentioned we had a couple specific issues that were our issues, and we had what Q4 is seasonally weak quarter for growth for us typically, and it was just a combination of those things I think that we saw in Q4.
This iOS 8 integration, the unforeseen bug, has thrown some people for a loop. Why would you lose so many viewers on a software upgrade? I've seen pictures, I've seen memes on Twitter, pictures of random people. There's the 4 million users. How did that work? And do you see that happening again?
Well, it was actually 2 distinct things that happened. One, in the upgrade from iOS 7 to iOS 8, there's an auto-polling mechanism for Safari users that had authenticated into Twitter that previously auto-polled tweets down and pulled tweets down for them. And that was 3 million users. That auto-polling went away in iOS 8. We don't expect to get those 3 million users back, as we indicated on the call. The second issue was just a bug related to the way Twitter is integrated into iOS. It's not a one-size-fits-all fix for us, so we'd been working hard the moment we saw that bug on our end, and we've recaptured a bunch of those users, but over 1 million, as we mentioned on the call, did not come back. Right.
It leads some to believe, Dick, that if these users were thrown off of Twitter and not interested in chasing Twitter again on an upgrade, maybe it doesn't say the best thing about the stickiness of the platform. Is that a concern?
Yeah. No, not at all. And I'm glad you asked me about that specifically on your follow-up. It is such as I mentioned on the call and now, it's not a one-size-fits-all correction. There's actually a number of complex and fairly detailed steps we have to take people through to get them back into that tightly integrated experience on iOS if they've experienced the bug.
I know you confirmed the Google deal that had been reported on the call. I don't think you're giving any terms. I doubt you're going to tell us anything about potential licensing fees, but you've been down this road before. Why is it different this time?
Yeah, I think there's one big specific difference about the previous relationship we had with Google and this new deal we have. And that's because we're now really pursuing this total audience strategy of our logged in user base, that more than 500 million people to come to Twitter as logged out users who are now starting to organize experiences and content for, and our syndicated audience. The difference between the previous relationship and now is we'll be able to pull people from Google search for events, for kinds of people, and for topics into those immediate logged out experiences that we think are going to be really compelling, that we're going to be able to organize for people.
Some people would love to see Google buy Twitter, and now they're saying that because of this deal, that's less likely to happen. You got any reaction to that?
Well, look, we love the company we're running. I talk constantly internally about the impact the platform has in the world and the way we're growing the business. So we're excited about the business we've got, and we like running it as an independent company.
All these new products are encouraging. It's an encouraging deal with Google. But in the end, this quarter was still about weak MAUs. Do you disagree?
Listen, we're pursuing this total audience strategy that we talked about. We like the return to growth that we've seen in the very beginning of Q1. I talked about that being again, that's only a 1 month, January, but it informs our outlook for the rest of the quarter.
It's been a while, but Anthony Noto did have a very famous DM that went out to the world, your CFO. With the benefit of time, can you talk about what that was all about? And did you ever say to him, what was that?
No, I didn't say to him, what was that? Because we've all had our own experiences with DM fail. Hopefully those will, DM fail, for those of you who don't know, is when you meant to send a private message, you end up sending a public tweet. I didn't have a conversation with him about it.
Some people use it as an example of a platform that is still, to some, difficult to use.
Yeah, look, we've been clear about the fact that we have a lot of work to do to make it easier to use Twitter. One of the reasons I'm so excited about Instant Timeline is that it's going to make it easier for people to drop into the platform and get an immediate high-value experience without having to figure out what are the 30 accounts I should follow. But that goes for a number of other things across the platform. It's a design issue that we know we need to address, and we're going to address it.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thank you so much for checking out our channel. You can subscribe by clicking right here to check out the latest Mad Money CEO interviews, market news, financial advice, and product unboxing. Enjoy!